Well, hello, geometry students interested in retaking quiz 1-1. As you can see, I have the textbook open. Why? We're supposed to be going over the quiz answers. Well, I heard some people walking out of the room saying, I didn't remember what collinear and coplanar are. Really? Because it's on the first page of what you're supposed to be reading and responsible for. See? Collinear, points on the same line. Non-collinear, points that do not lie on the same line. Coplanar, points on the same plane. Non-coplanar, points that do not lie on the same plane. Now, you guys are going to have to get on your A game here and make a list and check it twice of all the terms. And when we get to postulates and theorems, all those too. This is what every geometry teacher has told their students since the beginning of the American educational system. Make a list of your terms, your definitions, postulates, and theorems. So important, all right? And then note cards, whatever you need to do to remember it. The symbols are there. You should be doing the guided practice. That's part of the textbook organizer. So hopefully that makes it a little bit more clear, like, ooh, I do have to do this. Because I guarantee if you had done this, if you had done the practice and problem solving questions and asked me about the ones you weren't exactly sure about, then you would not be retaking this quiz. True story. All right. So let's go over it. And notate. All right. I don't think anyone got the points. Point, line, plane. Don't have a lot of undefined terms in geometry. We just have 3. And so they're very special. Point, line, plane. What are 2 other ways to name Q? Second page of the text that you were responsible for. Lines, right? So here, and some people were saying, what Q? This Q or this Q? Well, as I look at it, that's a lowercase q and that's a lowercase q. So we're not talking about that Q, right? They don't match. So how do you name this line? Well, it's already given as Q, and the first way to name a line is a lowercase cursive letter. The other way to name a line is by using 2 points on that line in either order. When it's a line, the order doesn't matter for the points. So the correct answer was HL with a line over the top and LH. Many of your classmates did say that. All right. That was the answer. Can you name 3 collinear points? Well, looking at it, and I don't see 3 points on the same line. So the answer was no. There are not 3 points on the same line. Okay, what geometric figure does this model? That models a plane, right? And if you look at the section in the text, if you're like, I don't know, what are we talking about? Remember that it came from the text. So it's right there. Name the geometric terms modeled. So that's a point, plane, and then I think these are lines or something. All right, moving along. 5. So this is a cool question, and I accepted lots of answers because I think it's a little vague, but the right answer, right? 2 cars travel in lines in the same plane, and therefore they can intersect. Planes do not travel in the same plane. All right, they are in space, not outer space, but in geometric space, and therefore they can not they can avoid collisions easier. You know, they got 3 dimensions basically, and the cars have 2. You know, so just saying something like that. But even if you said planes can go over each other, I was like, okay, good. All right, so I graded that one easy. Now let's go on to 6, 7, and 8. All right, so these little hash marks mean that y is the midpoint. And if y is the midpoint, then we just simply have to divide the total length by 2. And most people got that. It was 4.4 on either side. Okay, find yz if y is between x and z. So the first thing I do is draw a picture. Oh, y is between x and z. So there we go. I like to not draw y in the middle because everyone always wants to put it in the middle, but that's a special case, you know. Could more likely be anywhere but the middle if you look at all the possibilities. xy equals 3a minus 4. 3a minus 4 right there. Yz is 6a plus 2. And the whole thing, xz is 5a plus 22. All right. Seg add pos, segment addition postulate coming at you. So we know that xy plus yz equals xz. Substituting in our algebraic expressions, 3a minus 4 plus 6a plus 2 equals 5a plus 22. Add like terms and we get 9a. Negative 4 and 2, positive 2 is negative 2. Okay, so I just added those like terms. 5a plus 22, just rewrite that. All right, get the variables on the left. So it's going to be 9a minus 5a. Numbers on the right, 22 plus 2. Bring that negative 2 over, it becomes positive 2. Combine like terms. 4a equals 24. Divide. A equals 6. Substitute, because don't we want to know yz. Yz is 6a plus 2, so that's going to be 6 times 6 plus 2, which is 38. Drop the mic. Questions about that? Put them in the organizer. Okay. Now this little tricky one, number 8, I actually asked you for 2 things. And some people should have got 20 out of 20, but they missed the point because they missed half of this question. It says find JK. That's the distance. And I told you that. And its midpoint as well. So, I mean, I said and then I said as well. So I gave you 2 little hints that I wanted 2 things, you know, but I was trying to veil the distance to see if you would remember your notation. Some of you did, so good job. All right, so let's find the distance. Let's find JK. And so it's x2 minus x1 squared plus y2 minus y1 squared. So I'm going to minus the x's. So what is so let's write it out. Negative 3 minus 2, that's x2 minus x1, and 4 minus negative 4. The nice thing about the distance formula is if you accidentally mix up the x's, like you put the negative 3 and then 2, you know, in opposite places, because we're squaring it, you won't have an error in your answer. So this would be negative 5, but squared, and it's 25. This would be 8 squared is 64. And so that's going to be 89. So it's the square root of 89. And that was good enough. All right. Now the midpoint. All we got to do is we got to add the x's together. So negative 3 plus 2 and divide it by 2. We got to add the y's together. 4 plus negative 4 divided by 2. So negative 3 plus 2 is negative 1. And 4 plus negative 4 is 0. So that's going to be 0. And then what's the other answer? All right. So C is the midpoint of, and this should say AB. C is the midpoint. Find the missing endpoint A. All right. And I'm going to draw a picture. And now we can put C right in the middle of A, B. Seems wrong. C should be on the end, but it's not. Negative 5, 4. All right. B, negative 2, 5. I'm just going to do this the non-algebraic way just because I feel like it's a little faster. But there's an algebraic way. You can ask about an organizer if you want to. All right, so the midpoint is the same distance from A and B. So how far is it from B? It is 3 away, right? We got to subtract 3. So I got to subtract 3 more to get the x coordinate of A. So what's negative 5 minus 3 is negative 8. And then how about the y's? Going from 5 backwards to 4, that's only subtracting 1. So let's take 4 and subtract 1 from it, get 3. The y coordinate is 3. And now, just to make it clear, see, so that we go backwards 3, and so that we know that C is in the middle, and then this goes, the y's go backwards 1, so going backwards 1 again. Ooh, negative. Oh, no, it's not negative. Backwards 1. So the distances have to match so that C is in the middle. So the answer was A. The coordinates are negative 8, comma 3. And the last question, UV equals 12. Yes, okay, it's all set up. So we are just going to, let's do this a quick way, the Camille way, the way she did it on the board. 12 and 7 is 19. And that's 4x minus 14. Get our variables on the left, it's going to be negative 3x. And our numbers on the right, 33. Divide, and you get 11. But then it's asking for UW, which is right here. So 4 times 11 minus 14 is 44, minus 14 is 30. So the answer was 30. Well, I hope that helps you, and I hope you're ready to retake from 1-1 on Wednesday, September 22nd. Hoping I don't have a baby before that. My wife is due October 2nd. So we'll see what happens. But either case, study up, and I'll see you then.